I investigated the city where you can legally steal houses.
Squatters.
This guy just literally broke down my door. You shouldn't be trying to steal my house.
Hey! What? You want to go stop? You want to
Get out of my home!
This is Seattle, Washington, a city where you can legally steal other people's homes. Are they going to pay your legal fees?
Off the property.
You can steal houses in Seattle?
If you're on vacation, they can come. Anyone can stay.
How is this legally even possible?
They fully moved in there. They had suitcases, bags, they had food in the fridge.
Our children were traumatized by this experience.
It goes back to the old times where it's like when you showed up and you took some land, I feel like that's the times we're getting back to.
Being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
If the woman says it's her property and he says he lives here and she says they're squatting, she would have to go to court and go through the entire legal process to have him evict.
Yeah, but I live here now.
Oh, you do?
Sure.
Well, good for you.
So kick me out.
It's a civil process.
This state is so broken. Oh my God.
If the owner of the property sees this, what's a message you'd like to give to him? It seems like
Sorry?
I headed to the epicenter of the crisis, Seattle, Washington, to meet up with local journalist Jonathan Cho to see what's going on.
Who's
been exposing the squatting epidemic and the broken laws protecting them. Starting with
That's a journalist out here swinging like that?
National
Hold
headlines
on.
for squatting in this $2 million property
Hold
in
on.
Bellevue, Washington. After the entire neighborhood banded together to shame Kim out of the neighborhood, Seattle's Housing Justice Project paid
that's kinda
$88,000 in delinquent rent for Kim to his missed rent out of taxpayer dollars.
How much longer are you going to be staying here, sir?
Get out of the property.
He intentionally is not paying rent. He's exploiting the system.
But why is Kim still squatting in this house, and why won't he simply leave? Morning, Jonathan. We're back.
Hey, what's up? Back at the scene of the crime, man.
So, right behind us, we have a beautiful view. We're in a nice-ass neighborhood. How much are these houses?
I mean, on average, $2 to $3 million. This is the elite Woodridge neighborhood with gorgeous skylines of downtown Bellevue. I mean, everyone wants to live here.
And when I mentioned squatters to you, you said you got to come down here. I have a story for you. And then I saw the story pop up on my Twitter feed.
You can't make this stuff up. It's now a global story. I mean, you've got Daily Mail on this. You've got The Mirror, The Sun, national networks like Fox News covering this.
I didn't see this.
Kim, who's been staying.
I ain't see this, and I be a Daily Mail demon, chat. I ain't gonna lie, I've been off of it for probably a week. But bro, Daily Mail be having everything, bro. At first, I thought it was just some UK news. I thought it was just news from the perspective of a UK person. But then I realized that's probably the best case scenario. Because they don't have any bias to any sort of state or anything. Because they just be saying stuff, bruh. And the comment sections on there are kind of crazy. But, the stories that they be coming up, I'm like, bro, I would have never known this. Daily Mail's fought, bro. I like Daily Mail, bro. I like Daily Mail. Not for, world news and, see what's going on, in the world. It's more for, the smaller tier stories. Kind of like this one, where, you wouldn't really hear about squatting in Seattle, Washington. Nobody would hear about that, right? But then you hear about it on Daily Mail. That's kind of what it is. It sheds light on all stories, big and small.
At this house now for more than 2 years now, and he hasn't paid a single penny of rent after the first month, that is.
So we're gonna knock on Kim's door right now.
Oh, I thought this was the guy who hasn't paid rent in months. Oh, okay,
Ask
never
him
mind.
if he's
My
gonna pay
fault.
this upcoming rent. So right in front of us, we have 2 no trespassing, 3 no trespassing signs, car parked right in front.
Problem now here in Washington is that the homeowner, Jaskaran Singh, even if he wants to evict the guy, there's a backlog of eviction cases in court. Even if he wants to evict the guy.
This is his house, and he's in there. And is this the guy that works for the news? Or is the guy that Tyler's talking to is the guy who works for the news?
There's a backlog of eviction cases in court. It's a broken system. If Kim doesn't pay in May, Singh says he will start the eviction process for the 4th time. There have been nearly 2 months of protests, public shaming of Kim to get out, but still, Kim is hunkering down.
So Kim did in fact eventually pay the amount he was owed?
Housing Justice Project used taxpayer dollars. That's the key. And he knows the system so well that he can take advantage of it.
But before I confront the squatter, let's talk to the homeowner. There he is. I'm here with
Jaskaran Singh.
Singh, you own this home, right?
Yes, sir.
How much did this home cost?
Right now, value is close to $2 million. So I lived in this country 18 years. This is my second investment property, and it took me a while. It's my hard-earned money invested here.
And who currently lives in this home?
He's a squatter. He has been exploiting the system.
Serial squatter / deadbeat tenant.
Who currently lives in this home?
He's a squatter. He has been exploiting the system since 1996. He has done multiple scams, and being an immigrant, I was tricked by him, and I trusted him and his family to give him on a rent, but he's not leaving for last 2 years, and he's exploiting the system.
How did it go down?
He paid the first month and the second month and the last month as a security deposit, and he didn't pay afterwards.
Okay.
Fourth eviction if he doesn't pay the rent next week.
So when you say fourth eviction, what does that even mean? I would assume the first, second, or third would get him out of the house.
That means there's a housing justice project. The system is protecting basically. He's paying his rent through our taxpayer money. He's getting lawyers from our taxpayers' money. He's milking the system, and we need to stop it.
How much money have you lost on the property since he's been in here?
It's a lawyer fee close to 35,000. The rent is paid, but the mental, I live just 1,000 feet from the property, and I can't drive on this road, and we can't walk inside.
Wait, pay rent since May of since May of last year.
You legally cannot drive through this road.
Yeah, legally I was not able to till last Wednesday, and this should be a message to all the squatters that we will get you.
We will get you.
We'll get you. Enough is enough. If you're on vacation, they can come. Anyone can sit. So watch out, guys. It's what I expected. And people from India, Australia, England, my friends, relatives, they're calling me. They're saying, what? This is what's happening in America?
Do you think he'll pay rent this month?
I have no idea.
Probably not.
Can we knock on his door and ask him?
You can go ahead.
But before I knocked on Kim's door, I wondered, what does the neighborhood think about this? This is a nice neighborhood you guys live in.
Yo, Tyler, you give me blue balls one more time, bro.
How much do houses typically go
God
for
dang,
around
Tyler,
here?
you can't be walking like that in the all whites, gang. Dang. Them things shining too. You can tell they either brand new or they just got clean, bro. Hey, Tyler, I see you, my boy. You know, hey, them things bright too. Hey, I like that out of you, Tyler. I ain't gonna lie, I like that out of you. I like those out of you, bro.
Recently, there's been some selling for 2.5, 3. New houses are going for almost 4.
Do you own a home out here?
Yes, this one right behind me.
How would you feel if someone moved into your home when you were on vacation and then refused to leave?
That would be unbelievable. I don't know what I would do.
Sure.
I would probably first call the police to see if they could be removed, but with the situation we have across the street, obviously that's not a deal.
Do you think the law is on the homeowner's side here in Washington?
No, not currently.
Definitely not.
Because we thought, once we sell this house, if we could afford to hang on to it, we'd like to rent it out. But after the last year, this guy across the street, we've thought differently about that. I don't understand why he's been able to remain in there. I understand there's a housing project that will pay his rent, but I think the taxpayers are the ones paying for that money.
Yeah, I'm about to say, the housing project's paying for it month to month. But then the taxpayers are paying for the housing project, and that's what they're using. They're using the taxpayers' money. So it's like the people in the neighborhood are technically funding this dude just living in this house that he doesn't really live in, and he's not paying his rent. Like, but... I mean, I guess, like, the real question to me would be, like, why? I mean, I get it. Why not, right? Because, like, it's not like he has to spend any money. But at the same time, it's like, why? Because you have all these people, right, that you're affecting in this whole neighborhood that's rallying together against you. And you're still, like, standing 10 toes, like, nah, I'm not leaving. Like, that's just crazy to me, bro. I don't get it.
You think the laws in Washington should change as it relates to squatting?
Absolutely. I think King County needs to do a lot of stuff. Ever since they started making drugs legal over there in Seattle and stuff, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but we're considering moving out of this state.
All right, we're going in.
This is where it gets weird. I don't know if Kim will come to the door if I'm there. All right, give me a moment.
So maybe you should go. Hey there. What was that? We're here with the press. We're just seeing if we could talk to you about the squatting situation.
What situation?
The squatting situation.
It's already been settled and all that. So
Okay, we're wondering if are you gonna pay rent this month?
Can you please get off the property?
Yeah. Well, we got authorization from the landlord to come. Sure.
I'm the one who's living here. Get off the property.
Okay. Is HJP gonna pay your legal fees this month?
Please.
Are they gonna pay your legal fees?
Get off the property.
Sure. No, we will leave.
Can you have guns in Washington? Because if not, I'm standing 10 toes. I wish this... I can't even say that. Never mind.
But we're just wondering if you're going to pay
Just
your
know
rent
I'm beating
or
that
you
old
yourself.
man up.
My business, not yours.
Okay. Well, it's taxpayers' business, right?
No, it's not.
What if the taxpayers are paying your legal fees?
They're not paying money.
Not this time? All right, well, here's the thing I want to emphasize, that from his perspective, he's the victim.
He's always framed himself as the victim, as this Korean national who's just trying to live the American dream. You know, he's not trying to hurt anybody, but in fact, everyone's hurt him. And he uses, you know, Mr. Singh as an example of a crooked landlord who never fixed any of the appliances and just would constantly pressure him. But as you know, Singh also had a temporary protection order filed against him by Mr. Kim, and Singh prevailed. He won in court.
So there's no world where Jaskaran could come in here, change the locks, and they could leave.
That's not going to happen because I think that's against the law here in Washington State now.
He would go to jail.
He would go to prison.
Since filming this, Sang Kim has refused to pay rent on time again, and Jaskaran will be moving forward with his 4th eviction attempt. After meeting the intermediate squatter Kim, what does the beginner squatter look like? I met up with Andrea Suarez, founder of We Heart Seattle, who said she knew where we could find some squatters nearby.
Up until recently, this building was used as a squatter's haven, and just recently fenced off, and recently we're seeing action here where it's being finally demolished. This was, I guess...
Jack, could you imagine like a bunch of people like squatting in a building? Or not a bunch of people squatting. I meant a bunch of squatters streaming from an abandoned building. Like if I was a squatter, for example, and y'all seen me like in some random like place, and I just set up shop, logged in to OBS, and just locked the fuck in, just started streaming and shit like, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Had been squatted
like,
in for months.
I feel like that'd be kind of crazy.
Neighbors had called multiple 911s, multiple fires. Nothing was ever done about it. The police couldn't really do anything about trespassing because it's on private property. Yeah, you can see all the boards, all the access points, the broken windows. Yeah. I'm sure there was working plumbing, showers.
You seen anything going on here as it relates to squatting?
Like, I have noticed that like this house has been pretty much squatted or unoccupied for like the last 2 years I've lived here.
2 years?
Yeah, like I've literally never ever seen anyone live here or like anyone actually own the house, it seems like.
What are your thoughts on squatter rights here in Seattle?
I mean, I think it's a bit ridiculous in my opinion. I just think they have a little too much rights for what it is. Like, I mean, people work hard to own a house like this, and to literally, if they're just looking to rent it out and they can't find someone to rent, like rent's ridiculously expensive right now. So it's like, just someone can pretty much just hop into a lot of these houses. A lot of them are unoccupied, and I think that's a little ridiculous for how hard a lot of the people work around here, how expensive a lot of these.
But like, why is that though? Like, why is the squatters like? Because the squatters aren't making them any money, are they? Like them as in like the state of Washington. Like they're not making the state any money though, right? So like, wouldn't it be more beneficial for them to just like change the law so that way, you know? Like I just don't understand like from their perspective, because like why even allow this in the first place? I mean, I guess we're gonna get to that maybe.
Property is.
Thanks, man. Okay, what do we got?
All right, this one's abandoned here.
Do we think there's a squatter inside?
Oh, this one looks like it's open.
Yeah, it looks pretty active. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, that looks, no, it's a dead end.
See the roof.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nightmare, man, for all the neighbors who have to live next to these empty houses that are probably set for demolition. And the squatters know where to go, and people live in here, and, you know, there's no heat, there's no electricity, so you've got to stay warm, right? Sure. So you start fires. And that's why you have all these scorch marks on pretty much every single structure here.
It's the fire, the murder, the body, the outrage by neighbors, calls to the mayor, media that is in critical mass is finally then there's action. Tragedy always has to happen multiple times before action has been taken, and thankfully we're seeing that action being taken now. We've cleared over 1.2 million pounds of trash, 35,000 needles. We've found 12 dead bodies, and we've helped hundreds of people off the streets, into detox, back home, back to mom, back to grandma, back to their families, get clean and sober, get a job, because it doesn't seem like any other social service wants to do anything but enable addiction.
People that live right here, I just want to emphasize, we have lights on, this is someone's property, right next to them, active squatters, active fire, building getting shut down. They said a body was found out here?
Yeah, bodies unfortunately get dumped in these empty houses, abandoned buildings. So who knows what's going on in these places. Right now it's boarded up, but I truly believe within a matter of weeks, somebody's going to try to go back in.
I mean, if you peer through the window there, Oh, it's like freshly boarded off. We're gonna go to another property where active squatting is going down and meet a guy named Caesar, the king himself. Looks like she's found out where it is. At the needle caps. I think we've arrived. Watch your back. Don't get mugged. Use common sense. Genuinely, I don't trust this.
Remember the last squatter motel?
Yep.
The Hilltop?
W. Tyler, bro. Make sure you're taking care of your cameraman, bro. Because a lot of the times we be watching these videos and stuff, and you, like, the average person, I wouldn't say that, but, like, I feel like most people don't think about the cameraman in a lot of these situations. Like you just think it's just Tyler walking around. Like, there are two people here, bro. Someone is holding that camera, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this person is normally mute. Like, they're not saying anything. They're just sitting there recording. That's it. Right? Making sure that the video's still going on, right? And that's all they're doing. Just making sure they get the right shot, all that. That's their whole job. So then whenever something crazy happens, or, like, they're interviewing some whack job who, like, might go off at any moment, it's kind of like, dang, bro, they're really at risk, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just a few 100 feet down.
I kind of feel for them.
Next to all these squatter houses. It makes all the sense.
This is where we pulled over, found the guys. Yeah. It burned down.
Good urine bag here, guys.
Wow, there's urine bags.
Caesar, welfare check.
Several houses on this side of the road alone. Look.
Why'd she scream out to him like that?
You okay?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, hey.
Hey there. Whoa, yo.
Caesar!
How you doing, bro?
Guys.
We didn't know if you were alive.
I'm alive. I just didn't. I want to work on that card, bro.
Dude, we gotta talk.
Oh my God.
Last time we saw you, were in the building
right now, bro.
Dude, we meet again. This is Caesar. 4 months ago, Jonathan and I found him squatting in this abandoned building, and 11 days later, the building was found to have burned down. I had no clue what happened to him since. The viewers loved him.
Oh, yeah.
You got all your tools.
I'm a boss. You got my Ray-Bans right here, my Ray-Ban. You know, this is where I'm gonna make my fortune.
Are you concerned about this right here, the propane tank? No?
No, man. I done firefighter training. Like,
really?
I got a lot of skills.
He said I done firefighting training.
Dude, how
you have not done no firefighting training, gang.
Yeah, me and Tyler. We came last time.
We've reunited. Can we see what's going on?
I recognize your voice.
Yeah.
So I'm painting right now. So just mind your clothes, bro.
Yeah. Okay, heard.
Andrea.
So we met the man who we spoke to in the building that burned down. I want to hear your story, man. What happened to the building?
Dude was gay, bro, and you want to do gay stuff with me.
Oh, you tried to smash?
Yeah, and I was like, I'd rather burn in hell.
What?
Try to burn me, homie.
So trying to kill you?
I assume.
He tried to kill you in the fire?
He lit the fire, bro.
He lit the fire to spite you because you guys...
Okay, alright, okay. That's insane. That might be the craziest gay story I've ever heard in my life, bro. Because most of the gay people I've met are like non-hostile, bro. They wouldn't hurt a fly, bro. Most of them. I know a couple gay dudes that might actually try to hit a fly from the back, but like most of them for the most part, they wouldn't hurt a fly. Wouldn't do anything to hurt anybody. They're good, genuine people, right? So for him to say dude was gay, he wanted to do gay stuff with me, I said no, and he tried to light me on fire because he said he'd rather burn in hell, and he was like, alright, bet. That's nuts, bro. That's actually crazy. I wouldn't even know what to do in that situation.
You wouldn't have gay sex?
I don't know, bro. I haven't like...
I thought he might not even be alive. Dude, Caesar, we have so many people on the internet that have believed in you, wanted to hear what happened to you. We found you. We know you were Caesar.
I knew you guys were going to find me because this is the way it works, bro. You know, that's how God works.
Caesar, 10 million people saw you, and you saw the video, right?
But what am I supposed to do, bro? Hop on nutsacks or what? Like, I'm over here chilling, dude. Like, all this right here is all dumpster dive.
Wow. This is the most unexpected reunited moment of all time. We never saw we'd see you again. So we got wet paint. I just want to establish, Caesar, you've been grinding since we last saw you.
See right here, like I don't have tape. I can't afford it. You see,
so tell me about your project in here. It's blue. It's nicely painted.
Oh, well, first I painted it white. I wanted white on white.
I want to hear a story here. Yeah,
but then I ran out of paint. What are you supposed to do? So
I'm gonna let it be known you have like $1 million view right here. Look at this. That's badass, dude.
I know.
Have you spoken to the owner?
Man, you guys were crazy, dog. They were trying to knock down the door. I was like, I recognized your voice and what you were talking about. I was like, oh, that's that fool.
So, actually, I want to bring this up, Caesar. We have some Australian YouTubers who thought we burned down the building after meeting you.
Wait, look what it says in the corner. The footage of the house burning is from the Cho show.
Wait, the news footage used Cho's footage?
Yeah.
That means he was the first one there.
He was the first person there. After all the shit I've seen in this video, I'm going to say Just my opinion, not real. These guys burnt these men alive.
What actually happened?
You know the toilet flushes backwards.
Yo, Aussies are funny, bro. Aussies are funny.
Last time we saw the
I like how they came to that conclusion.
No, that was the other fool. So that is what he was.
Wait, what?
I remember last time we saw the porn on the wall. Was that you or
No,
the
that was
guy?
the other fool. So that is what he was aspiring to be like.
Oh, the woman. He wanted to be the woman.
Dude, yeah. So like, I thought he was just weird. You're in Seattle, bro. There's a lot of weird shit here. So like,
I actually made a comment. I said,
Chad, are y'all from Seattle?
That guy wasn't straight.
No, so I thought the same thing. I was like, oh shit.
So, Caesar, you know you're squatting though, right?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do though? Like, I don't want to work for anybody else because they just keep douching me, bro. Like,
can you give us a tour as per usual?
That's some real shit, though.
All this gear.
Look, bro. Hey, Tyler, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's a W out of you, Tyler. I ain't even gonna cap, bro. I like those out of you, bro. And let me tell you why I like those, bro. Because Tyler shows multiple sides of the situation, bro. He just showed the bad squatter, right? The one that's using the taxpayers' money and like not paying rent on the other dude, you know what I'm saying? Because he feels like he's the victim, right? Bad squatter. Then he shows a wholesome squatter like Caesar, bro. This is a good guy, bro. He's like, bro, I just don't want to work for nobody, bro. They keep douching me, bro. So I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? So like the law works in his favor because he is able to squat. He's dumpster diving. He's getting like, bro, I fuck with this nigga, bro. But at the same time, that law's gotta come into effect, bro. We gotta get rid of that. But I love you, Caesar, though. I love this, bro. This nigga is funny, bro. He a cool dude, bro. You can tell, bro.
Caesar, you're a hustler, man. You got another, once again, sick view right here. What do you think this property is worth, Caesar? This is sick.
it's pretty sick, bro.
A mill or two?
I don't know, bro, but I'm hoping to impress the property owner when he comes kicking me out.
The owner of the
When he
property
comes to
sees
kick
this,
me out.
What's a message you'd like to give to him? It seems like
Sorry. I'm here to do this for me and for my future, and this is just the best I could come up with as far as showcasing my skills.
Sure.
They know how they left it.
Oh, you got a trap phone too.
That's the state phone. Woo! This one. That's been begging Ari.
Yeah.
But I turn off the speaker.
Keeping it quiet at night, no fires, no parties, so you're added security to the block.
Was that Project 12? Project X?
Thank you, and I was like,
I hear that, you know.
I forgot the name of the movie. That high school movie.
Neighbor and resident, then revolving door. So you're holding down the fort.
all those little
And that door stays locked at night?
all the time.
Yeah.
So all those little things add up to confidence and trust, and those are the things that a painter needs from his client.
He's speaking business needs right now. You got all your tools back too?
Watch.
Get the yo!
So the hats they go on the wall.
You are dripped out, Caesar. With Ari blasting in the background and a baseball cap
Ariana
collection that would
Grande.
make Lids jealous.
I didn't know who
Caesar
he was talking
renovating
about.
the abandoned building and ready to leave if and when the owner asked him to. In this scenario, unlike Sang Kim and Bellevue, landowners might actually benefit from having a guy like Caesar live full-time in this abandoned building until they want it back, assuming he's responsible and doesn't burn the place down. Caesar, it's been a pleasure, man. But what happens when you buy a home and there's an old tenant who's been living in there rent-free for the last 2 years, who refuses to leave, leaving you with $1.4 million less dollars, stuck with legal fees in court for the last 8 months, and forcing you and your 4 kids to move in with your mom and dad? Well, that's allegedly the case of our alleged white-collar squatter, Steve Hickey. We just wanted to take a look at the squatting epidemic in the United States.
What?
This is unique because we have a guy in a position of power, relative wealth, doing well for himself. He's not some degenerate, jobless bum breaking into someone's house. This is a
Yo, chill on my dog Caesar, bro.
Community. Is he legally allowed to be there right now?
Based on what I can tell, I mean, the answer is no.
Just for the viewers out there, a month or two ago, I called someone out as a scammer, and it turns out they weren't exactly a scammer. So coming into this situation, I'm a little bit skeptical. I want to make sure this guy is in fact innocent till proven guilty. We want to hear both sides fully and then come to a conclusion, if any.
Yeah, you know, and
yeah, I heard that Tyler was like, was he getting like canceled or something, or like he was losing some of his audience for. I forgot what exactly had happened, but I think they called the what was it, the Bohemian Rhapsody? What's that thing, Bohemian Grove with the owl and stuff, like Drake. They said that was fake. That video, they were saying that video was cap. I don't know. I didn't watch the video that was exposing his video. I didn't watch that. I think it's in my watch later though, so like I'll get to it eventually. But I seen that they were saying that video was fake, and then I think they started looking into other videos or something and saying like his other videos were fake. I don't know nothing about all that, but I was just saying like, so it's interesting that he had brought that up and saying like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I had said that, because
this is really complicated for me as well.
I don't know yet.
I was a little hesitant to take on this story, and frankly, I don't know where it's going to go. Because it's still early on. He's not only an industry.
Oh, so this nigga is the guy who runs the news. This is the dude who runs the news. Okay, I was confused. I thought this dude was a squatter too. That's why I was like, wait, what? He's just his connect in Washington. That's what it is. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Gotcha.
Colleague, I would consider him a friend.
Okay.
Somebody who's given me news tips, somebody who's helped me out in the field, like one of the nicest guys you'll meet.
And this nigga be on the internet
But the allegations are just like too ridiculous now to ignore. So as a journalist, I've just got to be objective now. He has more than 1 million followers on all of his social media platforms, and he's just well respected, and he does decent work, especially during a time when American journalism is in decline. Frankly, I've called him several times. American journalism
said person's trust in mass media percent greater a fair amount of trust in confidence in mass media. Mass media? Yeah, bro. Mass media, I don't trust mass media at all. I don't care what it is. Democratic, independent, Republican, I don't care what it is. I don't have a whole lot of trust in it. Mass media. Now, if it's like... There's like a couple news sites that I trust. Because like they're proven, right? And I'll look at the stuff there, but I will also look at the mass media stuff to cross-check and be like, okay, sometimes the mass media has like a little bit more information, but like you got to take it with a grain of salt. That's why I take the information from the mass media a little bit, then do it with my trusted sources. So that way I'm like, okay, yep, cross-reference, yep, make sure I get as much information as possible. That way I can go to my own conclusion. But I know a lot of people don't do that. They just look at it surface level and they're just like, oh, okay, and then they let the news sources or whatever or media tell them how to think, and then they're just
is in decline. Frankly, I've called him several times already and had private conversations, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if these are true, these allegations that is, but if they are, you got to like settle these. And I've just tried to walk him off the cliff and say, look, man, it's not worth your career. He knows the law. He knows how to take advantage of the system.
Before confronting Steve at his own garage sale, Jonathan and I were invited to a victims party hosted by several alleged victims of Steve, appearing in person and on...
Wait. You said a victims party? Karma is like a rubber band. You can only stretch it so far before it comes back and smacks you. What in the world? A party for the victims of a guy who squatted in your house that you just bought, and now you're 1.4 million in the hole. Like, that's kind of nuts.
Zoom.
I'm here with
Lee Strom.
And what did Steve do to you?
Wait. What? Lee Storm. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of Tim Storm, bro. I was thinking of Tim Storm from NWA. I was thinking of this dude. That's why whenever he said it, that's why I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, I was like, hold on.
He failed to meet
because he kind of looked like him, right? He was old.
About 3.5 years into a 5-year contract, he stopped paying any rent as he was supposed to, and became a squatter.
And he cost you roughly
$150,000 plus attorney fees.
Katrina Freitag. I purchased this home from.
Wait. Previous owner of home that is allegedly being squatted in. Oh, and then she's the current owner of the home. Okay, gotcha.
The Stroms, of which Steve Hickey has been squatting in since September of 2023.
How much delayed or absent rent have you not received from Steve Hickey?
Since purchasing the home, so over 7 months.
Which would equate to roughly?
Upwards of probably $50,000.
Jessica Scotti and Chris Scotti.
What did Steve do to you guys?
Well, the home that...
Alleged victim of real estate development theft perpetrated by Steve Hickey. Okay. Oh, my fault.
He basically backed out once he had quite a bit of money that he could get his hands on from our bank loan money from Flagstar Bank. So we basically were left in shambles with about $40,000 in liens, as well as about $90,000 in bank money that was still should have been accounted for that he could not provide the proof of where that money went.
So now we're in the process today, of really vetting what's going on, and we're trying to connect the dots and really follow the paper trail to see where this goes. Because what I laid out to Steve was that his career was like on a rocket ship. Why would you risk everything that you've accomplished to allegedly squat in a house? To me, that made no sense.
I know multiple people that invested with him that some of them just want to move on with their life. He wreaked so much havoc in people's lives. Like, one of them was like, my wife threatened to divorce me. Like, I had to pull out a home equity line of credit to pay the guy off to get him out of my life. He plays on people's emotional, he just wears them down, and to the point where you're just like, I just need to keep moving on with my life. But
why is he like that?
Wreaked havoc on so many and allegations, but I know this is true from what I've heard. He stole from a quadriplegic vet, somebody who served and protected our country.
So y'all saying that this dude's a villain, like a super villain? Not super, because I think the super villain tier should be reserved for people who really deserve it, like Diddy. If the allegations are true, I don't even think Drake is super villain tier, because I don't even think R. Kelly's like almost super villain tier. But you know what I mean? Like, super villain is for the higher echelon of criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody that they need to be tranquilized and tortured. Like, that's a super villain, right? I don't think he's at that point. So okay. I think he's just a bad guy, apparently.
Steve Hickey?
Yes. I have no complaints about Steve up through 2021.
Okay.
It was in 2022, in April in particular, that he stopped making payments. And
but why?
After April, we went through a phase where he was trying to renegotiate the deal.
Oh,
we never could come to terms with each other on that renegotiation. And in June of 2022, he told us he was going to purchase the property, which was great. We, in fact, signed papers. Notary came to our house in Arizona. Everything looked good, but the money never transferred. It never happened. And when I questioned him about that, he just, at one point, just said, I'm not going to pay you.
So real quick, before you sold the property to Katrina, how much money was delinquent that he owed you via rent?
Roughly $150,000.
Was there any additional counsel or legal fees that you incurred throughout that process?
Yes. Yeah, about $32,000 up to this point in time, because we were still pursuing him legally.
And during that 15 months of delinquency or lack of payment, did you try to evict him from the property?
Yes. In fact, we went to arbitration because our contract called for that. We prevailed in that arbitration.
Oh, okay.
He was ordered to pay us, and he just ignored it, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Rather than paying the amount in full, he went to court with you and also incurred legal fees, battled it out in court?
We're still battling, yes.
To this day?
To this day.
So after a year and a half of not paying his rent, you sell this property while he's still in it to Katrina?
Yes, and we were very upfront about the situation at the time. Once she's able to get him out of there and get the property back up to speed, her equity will, I think, cover.
No. And Katrina thought he may leave?
I believe that's true, but you should ask her.
Attorneys reviewed the situation. He was in the house.
Yeah, why did she buy the house, though? Like, did she, I get it, it's a nice house and all that, so you're probably thinking, like, oh, okay, like, I could probably try to get this squatter out of here, like, why didn't she try to get him out beforehand? Because this just seems like a really shitty situation to try to put yourself into when you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have to do this, right? Like, why did she want to? Like, why did she want to get the house?
I believe it was a 5-year lease agreement was to be up end of September, and he had not paid rent.
So it was under your belief that he would leave the property at what point in time?
When I purchased the home, we submitted a vacate notice and lease termination for 90 days. December 31st, he was to be moved out.
And did he move out?
No, he has squatted since, have not received any rent money.
He really fooled us, is what I would say. When he dropped off his first rent checks, he came in a helicopter and did it. He landed in the front yard in a helicopter.
Wow.
With a film crew.
He was actually flying the helicopter.
That's awesome.
It really just made us
So
feel more sure.
So he's just that nigga. It's basically what they saying. Like, his nigga put up on a helicopter? Nah. Cause look, he doing that shit to like flex on some shit when he's like, yeah, I got the bread, but I ain't finna let y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't finna touch the bread because legally y'all can't do shit to me. So that's basically what he's saying though. I kind of fuck with that energy though. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of fuck with it, but it's at the same time it's still kind of shitty though.
He's steady financially.
That's the con man part of it.
Yeah.
Never gotten to move in, enjoy the home.
No, the primary purpose was for my primary residence with my 4 young children to be raised in the residence, enjoy the property.
Financially, how much has his
though, but like,
occupation or squatting in the property?
But there wasn't another house that you could have got though. Like, was this the one? Like, did you have to get this one? That's the part I'm confused about. Because if he was super upfront with you saying like, hey, there's a guy squatting, whatever, and you wanted to live here, this isn't just some spot that you just wanted to buy so you could rent it out. That's completely different. If you just wanted to rent it out, whatever, because now you can like, that's low key at 200 IQ play, because then you just get the house from him, so that way, boom, his shit cuts off at 150, and now your shit gonna keep on going because he's still in the house. So technically, he's got to pay rent for X amount of months that he's still there over his time, right? So I kind of like to play there, right? But she's not doing that to rent. She's doing that to live. That's why I'm confused about why she even did it in the first place. Me personally, I would have just found another place to live in the same area. That was still just as nice. That cannot be the only nice house in that area, bro. I refuse to believe that.
Cost you thus far?
Let's keep going.
Just in rent alone, that's about $50,000. Attorney's
Jesus
fees, I did
Christ.
have this point with my current attorney. It's upwards of, I would say, $40,000, including damages caused to the home itself during the site visits. It is not being kept up as well as maintained at the very least. So I believe that's upwards of probably another $75,000 to $100,000.
And why did you agree to speak?
Upwards of probably another 75.
This shit do look nice though, bro. I can't even lie to you, bro. Can't even lie to you. Cause look, you drive up like this, you go around the house, boom, cars in the back. That's hard though. I'm not gonna lie, this is hard because then, you can see that bitch in the grass. Yeah, they got that riding lawnmower. Go out there, ride that motherfucker. Get pay some people to weed eat and shit. Oh hell no! I get a yard like this, nigga. I am not doing this shit, bro. On my life, bro. What? I'm not mowing this bullshit. I'm paying niggas to come and landscape this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They gonna do landscaping once a month, bro. 12 times. Well, not even 12 times, cause during the winter time, I ain't even gonna need that shit. Probably like, what is that? Like April to, I think we can stop in like October. So like April to September. That's like what, 5 months? Yeah, like 5 months. And it's only 5 times. Because I'm going to get it once a month. Once a month, I'm going to have landscapers come in and, you know what I'm saying, trim down the trees and or the shrubs and weed eat, mow the lawn, all that. Shape the trees and stuff. Just do some keeping, bro. And then I'd have the cleaners come in maybe like every 2 weeks, come and clean the house, bro. From stuff that I've like, I would obviously clean my own house too, but like I'm just saying like the cleaners come in and deep clean, like, you know, shit like that.
$5,000 to $100,000.
And why did you agree to speak with us about the situation?
I feel it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Not only supporting landlords in Washington State, but King County as well. The current timeline.
Child, my biceps are so sore, bro. I feel like I might be good by tomorrow, though.
A squatter out. And
I
what
should
is
be able
that
to get
doing
back in the
to
gym.
those landlords?
Can you guys explain your relationship to Steve Hickey?
In 2020,
Who the hell is Steve?
Right?
Oh, that's the nigga who
met
squatted.
with him to interview him to be our builder for this home.
This beautiful property with a triple rainbow behind us.
Bro, after shit, bro.
We were able to keep it after what he posted.
After this video, we got a shit, chat. I mean,
contacted
I have the
Steve
shit. Y'all aren't
asking
coming with me, bro.
specifically.
That's weird.
Well, to be our builder. Steve basically was approved, and then we went through the process of basically allowing him our entire
builds
loan
houses?
construction fund that was allotted to us to build this home.
Did you vet Steve at all before you hired him?
Well, based on the fact that he put our children on his fire truck, he was a man of the community. He was sitting at District 47 as a commissioner, fire protection agency. I mean, he had his whole shtick down. So we just proceeded. So he was literally wired.
That's so crazy,
every time we got a bank wire for supplies or the next phase in the project.
How much money in total was wired to Steve for the construction of this home?
The total amount that was in question that he should have showed receipts for was about $90,000 that he just skipped town and walked away with. We said, show us where the money went.
He didn't use it at all? Wait, I thought that whenever they just showed in the compilation, I thought he just showed him building the house. He didn't even build it? None of it? I thought they said he was $50,000 in the hole with them. So he spent $40,000 on it. That's what I thought wait.
And he said no.
Oh.
And then what happened?
And after that, the communication went silent.
The stress of it, my husband has an autoimmune disorder that's triggered by stress, and he almost was hospitalized. Our children were traumatized by this experience.
Yeah. How would you characterize Steve from your time meeting him and spending time with him? How is he as a person?
I mean, he's a criminal.
Do you think he'll try to lie to us tomorrow when we confront him with the evidence in case?
Of course he will.
Was Steve a white-collar squatter, or does he have rights to the house? And if so, is the legal system broken in Seattle? It was time to meet Steve himself at his own garage sale at the property he's allegedly squatting in as we speak.
I don't know how he's going to respond, Tyler. So I'm hoping that it's respectful. I hope that, he shares his side of the story. I hope that this is all a misunderstanding. Quite frankly, Steve has so much to lose.
Gang, there's just no way that this is all a misunderstanding, bro. If anything, I want to see Steve stand on that, bro. Steve sound like the type to stand on it, bro. Steve sound like that type, bro. So like, hey, bro, if they pull up and they say, yo, bro, Steve, there's a lot of people out here saying that you don't really own this house. Like, you just sitting here squatting and shit like that. Like, is that true, gang? And then, you feel me? But here's the thing about the squatters, though. Are they... Okay, do they ever leave the house? Because here's the thing, right? Say, like, this nigga Steve were to leave the house to go do work or whatever. Go work and then come back. Like, as if he lives there. Couldn't they just come while he's at work, come back to the house, and lock him out of the house? Technically? Like, can't they do that? Oh, no, they can't lock him out, I don't think. Because if you change the locks, then they said that's illegal. Oh, yeah, that's fucked. Wait, never mind. Yeah, they're cooked.
So I'm wondering why he would take this risk and gamble, because he has a career as an independent journalist. He's an elected fire commissioner. He's got a family. He's got a daughter. So let's see what he has to say.
Okay, so with eviction notices, confirmation via court confirming Hickey's failure to pay since February of 2022, and text between Steve and Jonathan giving Steve a chance to explain what was going on 2 weeks ago, and text between Steve.
Shit. Hold on, bro. Goddamn.
Hickey's failure to pay since February of 2022, and text.
Ah, shit. I missed it. Alright. Deal just a message. Get ready to call press coverage. We'll do what networks are actually willing to go with this, and I really appreciate you making sure I'm not blindsided. Is that how you say blindsided? I thought it was blindsided. Like S-I-D-E-D. Who the fuck cares? I'm not an English major. And that's why I'm going to open all docs with you, so I'm just appreciation right now, full care on the community overnight. I would go away with anything, sorry, which is why I want to vomit in all honesty.
Steve.
Oh shit. Damn it. Okay. But then you're in. Will be when I get home tomorrow. Have my files. Attorney is also sitting down with her to see what the Sam looks like. Her attorney is me. Okay.
Steve.
Oh shit. I don't know if they're getting in front of his claims you're squatting on the property. Oh. Claims you're squatting on the property. Send all documents professionally that you're strong rep in the community. This seems a little wild. Does she have the wrong person here? Call me. And this nigga ain't say shit. GG.
Jonathan giving
Steve there's no other messages. GG.
Chance to explain what was going on 2 weeks ago. That Steve eventually ghosted after saying he would personally send Jonathan's way.
Oh, I'm gonna send you the docs, and you only. I don't want them going all over the place as it's part of a court case. But I want to make sure you know what the reality is and who I actually am. Thank you again. Oh, yeah, you can't trust a nigga like that, bro. I think this nigga might have got this from an AI source or something, bro. Like, why did you put thank you all together like that, bro? You're on an iPhone, gang. Your phone shouldn't have done that. Your phone should have automatically like spaced those 2 words out, bro. I promise you it would have did that.
How would Steve defend himself? Does he have any evidence that he could present that would invalidate any of these claims?
So far, I haven't seen anything, and I've asked him now for nearly 2 weeks to produce something that would show that he has a right to stay in the property. I've given him every opportunity.
Just send him the list of Washington laws saying it's legal to squat.
Maybe it is a big misunderstanding.
I hope it is.
We're gonna go there now and give him a chance to speak for himself.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Steve, how's it going, man? My name's Tyler. So we're doing a piece on squatting here in Seattle. We wanted to reach out. My name's Tyler.
Guys yesterday, right?
What was that?
The attorney got a hold of you.
We wanted to ask you a little bit about that, actually.
Come on back here.
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
get the cops.
I appreciate that. How are you doing today, by the way?
Doing okay.
Are you calling the cops? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, come on. We can do it.
Okay. Oh, we wanted to give you an honest chance to just kind of explain it.
You didn't fly out here for an honest chance. You know that.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't fly all the way out here for none.
What are you talking about?
Apparently, they're online YouTubers. That's what they're saying. One of them's Jonathan Cho. Another one is Tyler Oliveria. Well, they're here with microphones in my face, wanted to ask questions, but I want you guys to get out here as soon as possible because they've already told through the attorneys not to come on the property.
Start from the beginning here.
I'll tell you. There's been an ongoing real estate contract dispute. I know Jonathan's making a name.
Oh. So why do you call the cops? You call the cops just to still say it anyways, bro. All right.
Right now, bringing out a squatter out in Bellevue, which is a clear squatter. He's been doing quite well with that. This is not that. This is a real estate transaction gone bad. The litigation shows that. We are currently in litigation on this. I come in here, giving the previous owner hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash for rights to purchase the property. He then blocked me at every turn to execute those rights. That's what we're in contract for. I'm not going to give you paperwork that's involved in an ongoing litigation. If you guys want to do that, you obviously have paperwork, have at it. I'm not going to participate in that show. Does this look like a squad? Is there piles of trash and so on? Like, this is not that type of situation.
Steve was right. Technically, he's a holdover tenant. And here's a lawyer explaining the difference.
Well, in Seattle, we make a distinction, and actually across the state of Washington.
Jesus Christ, what happened to these papers?
In between squatting and, say, someone who's a holdover tenant. Let's say I go away on a vacation, and someone breaks into my home and starts living there. That's a squatter. That's different than if I rent someone else a home, and then they stop paying me. Now we have a legal dispute about debt and how much they owe, and maybe the condition of the property.
So squatting, holdover tenants, 2 different legal categories altogether.
Yeah.
She owns the home, right?
So this nigga's like so basically he's like a super squatter. Pretty much is what they're saying. He's a super squatter. He's squatting, but it's like a different category because now it's like a legal thing because he's like doing the whole I knew he was finna come with some shit like that though. I knew he was finna say, well, this is what like is really going on, especially after he called the cops. That's when I knew, okay, this nigga's dead ass. I knew that because he's like, yeah, come on, let's come to the back and talk. Boom. Call the cops. Hey, they here on my property. I already said, you know what I'm saying? And then still tell them what they want to know. And then get the fuck out. The cops are here. I kind of like that out of you, Steve. I ain't even gonna lie.
He bought the home, yes.
He owns the home.
We can keep playing this game or you can let me speak. Which would you like to do?
The previous owners have stated you failed to pay rent for 1.5 years. Is that accurate?
The previous owners breached contract.
In what ways?
It's all in the paperwork. They breached contract, failed to perform.
All right, you can't say it's all in the paperwork and then not show the paperwork. I mean, that means you got to explain it. All right, Gengi.
And then I withheld performance after they failed to perform. It's just that simple. Should have not closed on the home. She should have let this resolve itself and done a
That's what I
purchase
said.
pending this resolution. Was blown away that she was willing to close under that pretense. No savvy buyer would have done anything like that. She is a savvy buyer. Why is Jonathan after me though? Why do you think that is? Instead of the 100 other people who've actually taken money, because one of his big narratives is Kim's been taking money to cover his rent, right? From this, that's never happened here. That's not what this is. This is a real estate purchase contract gone sideways.
But the truth is, after requesting court documents from King County and reading hundreds of pages of case documents, Housing Justice Project was, in fact, involved and legally represented Steve in the early stages of this process. Now he has a new attorney fighting on his behalf. Well, I want to emphasize that this isn't just about you. You're an example.
I don't believe it's just about me, but for you to fly all the way out here and come here, especially after what the attorney
we flew out
said
to the state of Washington.
Steve, here's what the fact of the matter is. You said you would send me documents.
I did not say I would send you documents. I said I would talk to the attorney, and you can get anything you want.
Jonathan, can you read the
I'm
text?
about to say, you literally said I'm going to send you docs and you only. I'm about to say, I just read that shit. Will be when I get home tomorrow and have my files. My attorney is also sitting down with hers Monday.
Go for it.
I mean, I have the text right here. We now have more than a dozen other victims who say you've run a construction hustle.
That's bull.
This one.
That's bull.
So you can take this by. This all goes away if you show documents that show you own this house. You're not squatting.
So you want me to show you documents that are part of ongoing litigation?
Yeah.
Bull.
Steve, can I ask, why would you be opposed to simply showing a lease agreement you have
Because we're
that's
in
valid?
court arguing it. Why wouldn't you actually support the law system that is in place here?
So did you pay for those 15 months? Simple question.
He did not. He failed on his end of the contract, which is what we.
Did you pay for those 15 months?
He failed to end on the end of the contract.
How did he fail?
He did not let me execute the contract as it said I could. It's been very clear in the court system.
Can you elaborate?
No.
Now, while Steve refuses to elaborate, the fact that he has refused to pay rent and remained in the home for nearly 2 years remains clear. But it seems like you're going to string this out for as long as possible.
I will continue to fight this in the court system as I've been doing, and I will continue to do so. There is not an eviction proceeding on this right now. There is no such thing.
Well, we have a 90-day eviction notice in here from Katrina.
I've not seen that.
Okay, let me show it to you. Have you ever seen this before? The 90 days notice to evict?
No, I mean, I would have
December
seen anything that
31st,
went through the court process. I would have seen. I don't remember seeing this.
So you've never seen this?
No, I don't remember seeing it.
This court document was, in fact, personally served to Steve in hand.
But I don't remember seeing that.
Got it.
Staying on that 100%.
The question is, why are you staying here when you don't own this
I
house?
answered it repeatedly, and you keep wanting to spin it every which way you can.
No,
You don't believe that the court system can handle anything. You don't think that
Not
civil
in Washington
litigation.
State.
Oh, interesting.
And there go the cops.
How you guys doing?
You guys been asking me for private property.
Yeah, so is he the owner of the property? Do you have proof of ownership here?
Who are you?
Independent journalist.
Then this is your house?
I'm the one, yes.
Can we see the lease agreement?
No, it's none of your business. Okay?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm telling you, if this is his property, you have no right to be here.
But our claim is that the owner of the property has said we have full permission to come here.
Who's that?
Katrina.
Oh,
Katrina.
This is her lease. She gave us permission to be here.
So, where's she at?
She's been advised to stay away by his attorney because he's allegedly squatting. He's allegedly a squatter.
And you guys are here to
do a story about squatting.
Okay, so you're just not here to do a story. You're injecting yourself into this. Is that what I'm getting?
Do you guys have a previous relationship?
Nah, you low-key cooked this nigga.
It should be as simple as him providing valid ownership of the...
Low-key cooking this nigga, I ain't even gonna lie.
He doesn't have to provide it to you.
Why is that?
How about to you, sir?
No, it's a civil problem.
Wait, so anyone could come to any property and say, I own the property, and you kick the other person out? With that being said, I own the property. Can you disprove otherwise? And if you can't, can you prove he does?
Here's the thing is,
Yeah.
I don't care what property you own.
Sure.
Okay?
So could I come to your house and say I own your property?
No, but you're purposely injecting yourself in here to draw attention to yourselves.
What are you talking about?
Why are you here?
He said, what are you talking about?
Maybe he doesn't want to give his side of the story.
Correct, which is why he called you to kick us out.
It's a civil problem. We're looking up the plot ownership right now to see who owns it, registered with the county.
So that's the due diligence you guys should do.
Here's what I wish. I wish I would have shaved better, got my hair done so I looked better for this thing here.
You look good though.
Okay.
So when you say it's all a civil problem, can you explain what that means?
If the woman says it's her property and he says he lives here and she says they're squatting, she would have to go to court and go through the entire legal process to have him.
Okay, but I live here now.
Oh, you do?
Sure.
Well, good for you.
So kick me out.
It's a civil problem.
Okay, so we're roommates?
That's done through the courts.
So, sir,
so I've officially moved in as of
This nigga's
today
face is like,
with
what
that
the
logic.
fuck is going on?
Well,
And I have a bedroom in the second room.
we can go through this all day long.
But let's simplify it. Let's just look up who has the title here. Okay, we can both agree that's crazy logic though, right?
Steve, I can set up a tent here tonight and you can call the King County Sheriffs and they can't kick me off because it's a civil matter.
Well, tonight, no, we could.
What do you mean?
There's a time frame. You don't live here right now. You can't just move in instantly have residence.
Dolphin dive through the window, set up a tent.
Still have to live here.
Or an invalid. I have a lease right here.
I'm not telling him he doesn't live here.
I do live here.
How long have you lived here?
10 months.
Well, then you live here.
So here's the deal.
Talk to me.
So
He said, well, then you live here. Bro, what is the...
civil court about who owns the property, who doesn't? Between this gentleman and lady.
And who else?
Katrina Freitag?
Freitag,
So
correct.
he right now by court he has legal right to be here?
Legal right to be here, as do I.
No, he is part right now until the court decides what's going on. He has the right to be here. And he owns the property until
He owns the property? That's what you just found?
It's in court.
Okay, but
Yeah,
but this is
is
my
court-wise,
property.
technically.
Yes, it is.
You're not in the civil thing.
Disprove it.
Don't. I just proved it on the phone in the CAD.
Who owns the property? We have a
Katrina
copy.
Freitag and this gentleman they own the property.
They both own it. So Steve aside, this has become a broader Washington dilemma here. Well, there's a civil thing between the three of us potentially now, because I also live here.
Good. How do I know they're the owner? Right?
Sure. I mean, I have the title right here.
Well, you could have typed those at home.
Exactly.
So that's what you're saying.
That's my whole point. This is literally my point.
I know.
Do this to the camera. While the Housing Justice Project was initially created to prevent homelessness during COVID and to provide legal representation for low-income
the legal system mess that's going on in Washington State is absolutely insane, bro.
Tenants facing eviction in King County. Now it seems to protect alleged white-collar squatters who refuse to pay rent in $2 million plus homes they're renting, all at the cost of taxpayers working to survive paycheck to paycheck. What is the point of owning a home in Washington if the law will legally protect someone trying to steal it from you? And what is the point of a law that no longer represents what it means to be moral or ethical? Is that not a broken law?
Please don't say you're going to come to my house again. All right?
Okay, I didn't mean it like that.
You will regret it.
And go follow Jonathan on X at Cho Show for an in-depth investigation.
Yo,
into
Tyler,
Steve
come on, bro.
Hickey
It's
and
Twitter,
updates
bro.
along the way.
Come on, bro. I can't do anything. Oh, brother. W. Steve. Steve stood on that, bro. I can't even lie. Steve stood on that. It's a civil problem until Oliveira gets involved. LOL. This might be the dumbest political issue. I was just even a problem. A person knowing lieutenant they should be kicked out. It's literally that simple. If anybody can claim that I was not independent, why is the actual homeowner being arrested? It's our government-assisted home invasion. Okay, so it was in place because of COVID. That still doesn't... Bro, it doesn't help, though, bruh. That doesn't help. Because it's like, that was 4 years ago, bruh. Like, why can't we back out on that now? Like, I don't know, bruh. It's kind of like... I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I think it should be legal. Like, sure. Like, not it should be legal, but, like, I think it being legal is fine, right? Especially in cases like Caesar, right, earlier. But if the homeowner, the person who actually owns it, like in the first option, whenever the guy who owned the home was like, hey, can you get off of my property? I tried to evict you 4 times. And then the taxpayers are paying it, so technically rent is being paid. That's like kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that person should leave. They should be kicked out. Plain and simple, right? Especially if the taxpayers and everybody is like, they're the ones paying this guy's rent, and he's not paying anything, and he's just living in the house. That's the problem, right? But in a situation like this, I think this is a messy situation, and it actually probably should go to court. Because this is a messy situation. Because he's saying like, oh, well, it was a legal dispute, and then that's why he's not paying, because they didn't hold up their end of the bargain, and then she bought the house. I still have no idea why she did that. But then she bought the house while they were doing the little legal thing. So, like, technically he's squatting, but, like, he's not at the same time because he's holding it because of a prior engagement. That was just a whole mess and a half, bruh. This was a very interesting video, though, Tyler. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is a pretty decent video. Not decent. This is a pretty interesting video. I like this. I like this, bro. This is a good video, though, bro. It's a good video, Tyler.